Hi folks, excuse me. How you doing? Hope you're all okay. All yeah, I said that right, didn't it? Hope you're all okay. Or okay. God, shattered. Words aren't even coming out properly. So, down the allotment today, had to pick up some new wellies because the blinking mice have nibbled my lovely, comfy Dunlops, which I am gutted about. So that's more money I've got to spend before Christmas. Uh, Pain in the bum, isn't it? Anywho, so down the allotment, we've had a bit more rain since the flood, but thankfully the little mini ditch that I've dug, and I'm continuing to dig a little bit every time I'm down here, is doing its job, and the chicken coop is dry, which is awesome. There's plenty of water about on other plots, so hey ho. Fingers crossed we don't get much more over the next few days, but looking at the clouds out over there, you can see, yeah, we're probably going to get quite a bit of rain. So it's a bit of a bugger, really. I've just picked the last little bit of my chilies. If I get them up for you. What have I done with them? Oh, there we go. You see in there? So we have quite a few chilies to get through. Don't know whether to make some chili jam or something. I've done chili sauce before. I dry them. Still got loads dry from last year, actually. When you thread them with a knitting needle and cotton through the stem, hang them up, and they dry just anywhere, a kitchen, airing cupboard, something. They dry really good, and then you can either use them dry or you can rehydrate them and drop them in a glass of water overnight. So yeah, pick the last of the chilies. That's all good. What else have I done? Oh, we sorted the chickens out and just had a mooch, really. But as I said a couple of weeks ago, there's not a lot going on. I've done I've done one video, what to plant, just so anyone knows. There's going to be a series of mini videos coming out over the next few months of basically what to plant in, December, January, February, and all the way through the year, because I'd quite like to do a whole list of what's the word, I suppose info vlogs. I suppose that's the best way to put it. Just really quick videos about what I'm going to be planting on each month. I'm sure loads of people have done that on YouTube, but I'd like to do it from my point of view, so hope that's okay, folks. Somebody in the chat, I don't know who that is, so hello. I think I've got the chat live, so feel free to drop me a comment, that'll be ace. What else am I going to do today? Not a lot, really. Like I said, I bought some new wellies, Decathlon, 20 quid, and they're alright, actually. They're not too bad, nice brown pair. So flip this camera around. There we go, brand new wellies, already muddy. I've never bought anything from Decathlon before, so I was quite impressed with the wellies for 20 quid. And they've got like a fleecy lining to them as well. They seem pretty rugged, and they haven't leaked yet, so you never know. If I get a couple of years out of them, that'll be good. I'm just really gutted about my other wellies, really gutted. Right, pain in the bum having the mice nibble them. They're only in the shed for 2 weeks. Did they go fishing, or did they come down? I can't remember. Anyway, they were particularly muddy, so I thought I'll put them in the shed, and I forgot about them. Stupid, my own fault. And they were just on the floor in the shed at home. And then I went to get them out the other day, and I noticed that the furry lining had been nibbled, and they had that like mice wee smell, which was alright. You don't want that. So I am going to bleach them. I'm going to bleach them, get them clean, and just bring them down the allotment, hang them up, and use them as like spares. So if I'm down here and I need a pair of wellies, I'll have a pair to use. Once they're bleached, they'll be fine. But it's just a bit of a bummer that the furry lining's been nibbled. Bloody mices. Yeah, it's where I need a cat, really, don't I? Unfortunately, I live by a main road, and said cat probably get squished by a bus or something. So it's a bit of a shame. Anyway, I'll show you the ditch, so just bear with me. So yeah, chickens are back home, which is good. You can see how dark it is, look, can't you? Look at that. But here's the ditch. So there she is. So that is a fair few gallons of water in there. I broke my shovel earlier on, so I had to stop digging, but I'm doing a little bit. I started that corner to maybe there, and then I did to there. I did a bit there, So every time I come down, I dig another foot or so out. And hopefully if I go all the way back to roughly where that barbecue is, dig it quite deep behind the shed, hopefully that should sort me out for the next few years. Fingers crossed. You can see how wet it's getting, look. But the chickens are dry. That's the main thing, isn't it, boys and girls? You're nice and dry. There's no standing water in there. Everything's good. And you're giving me eggs, and I'm happy. Yes. Should we see if we can get you talking? No, gonna make a liar of me. Thanks, chickens. They'll probably do it as soon as I turn the camera off. So that's it, really. A quick flying tour down the allotment. As I've said before, it seems a bit silly to film stuff and then edit it when there's not a lot going on other than tidying. I've got so much tidying to do. It's untrue, and I want to. Obviously, I was going to crack on with my fence. If I spin the camera around over there, there, and then and put all these pallets up, which I've got dotted around the place. But obviously, what we're digging that ditch, that's kind of like been it, really. It's been the end of the matter. So it can wait, I suppose. We'll get there eventually, but you know, what can you do, eh? But yeah, it's quite nice being down here when no one else is here, and it's nice and cool, and you can get a few jobs done. But after digging a little bit of that hole, I'm pretty pooped, really. So I'm going to pack up in a minute and then go home and have a cup of tea. Have a lovely cup of tea. Just want to show you this over here. Can you see it? There. Little log cabin that they're building over in the corner, which has been going on for the last 12 months now, but it's finally got a roof on. It looks really cool. I would so love that little cabin. It would be really, really awesome. Just having to, nice little Scandinavian type cabin opposite the allotment to wander over to. Very jealous of that. I've been watching it go up every time I've been down here, and I'm thinking, oh, I wish I had the money to buy it off you and live near my allotment. Oh well. Right, so I don't know what else to talk about, really. I get back in the shed because I need to sit down. So yeah, I don't know what else to talk about, really. At the moment, the allotment is what it is. I've not got broad beans in because I'm the only one in my family that eats them, so it's not much point. I'll just grow some in the spring if I feel like it. I've got some greens in. I've got some kale, some cabbage, some Swiss chard in, which I can transplant the plants over in the spring. Parsnips are ready to harvest as and when I want them. I had one the other day. It was very nice. I've got some at home as well, so I'm going to get through the ones at home first and leave the ones down here to get as big as possible because they're in a nice big deep trench. So fingers crossed they should get, I'm hoping they'll get pretty big. And the ones at home are in a shallower trench. Yeah, God, I'm slurring my words today. A shallower trench. So so hopefully that will mean that they're probably smaller, slightly sweeter parsnips. I don't know, but hey ho. Also, they're at home, so they're easy to access. When I want a parsnip, I could literally only have to walk 10 yards out my back door and I can pull a parsnip out, so that's good. So boggy down here, so boggy. I had to bring some chicken food down the other day and couldn't get the car down, so I had to walk it down, so that was a bit of a pain in the bum. Sorry, I got itchy nose. So that was a bit of a pain in the bum, having to do all that. But just water absolutely everywhere. I've never known it so bad. I've never known the allotments this bad with water. It's a shame, really, because I don't know, the way things are going, I can see it now, year on year, just getting wetter and wetter. So it's kind of important that this winter I get that ditch sorted. So at least I'm, helping my allotment out, and hopefully then my neighbours will. Maybe they'll dig ditches and stuff for themselves. I mean, I'm not going to get everyone's water. The way my allotment's situated is I'm going to get some runoff from other people's, but my neighbours will run into mine. And my next plot next to me is lower still, so that'll run in. But what I want is that any standing water, any depressions on my allotment, I want it to run into this ditch. So, the water's got somewhere to go other than the chicken coop. Because having a look at my allotment, my chicken coop seems to be the lowest point on my allotment. We're only talking a matter of a few inches fall, but from the corner where the pond is, in the, I suppose you call it the top left hand corner, to the bottom right hand corner where the chickens are, just from the eye alone, you can see that there's a gradual slope into that corner, and that's obviously why my neighbour's pond area floods so bad. So a ditch there, a ditch that can hold, maybe, well, at the moment it's probably got 100 gallons of water in it. So if I can dig a ditch that can hold 400 or 500 gallons of water, it means that when we do get this really, really heavy rain like we had last week, that water on my plot's got somewhere to go, other than in the chicken coop. So fingers crossed. But I gotta be careful because I can't dig a ditch too close to the chicken coop because I don't want to encourage foxes and stuff to have an easy access, because it would be quite easy to dig a ditch all the way around the chicken coop, put some bricks in there to support it so the chicken coop is slightly raised up and then the water runs off it into a ditch. But then I've pretty much done the job of a fox. Then I've helped him tunnel halfway into the chicken coop, so I've got to judge it. So there is a ditch near the chicken coop and there is a ditch at the back of the chicken coop, but I've not already done half the hole for Mr. Fox to dig in. So yeah, it's it's a kind of a suck it and see type of ditch at the moment, but we'll get there. Anywho, no one said hello, so I presume that you either can't speak, you're at work, or whatever else. But thank you for dropping in and watching. That's awesome. Excuse me. As I said, it's easier at this time of year just to tell you what I'm doing down the allotment, have a quick live, and say hi. So hi, hello everyone. I will have some videos popping up in the next couple of weeks of little random things that I've done over the autumn period. But as for plot tours and as for down the allotment, still digging ditches, still tidying up, and still picking the occasional chili. So that's about it, really. So until next time, folks, thank you for dropping along, and I'll see you soon. And stay in touch, leave a comment. As always, I try and read them all, and it's great hearing from you. And I will add this: I'm on Instagram, Grow Your Own Life. And at the moment, I'm really, really jealous of all you Australians and New Zealand, the new Kiwis, and South Africans who are having spring and you're getting things planted. It's not fair, all right? It's not fair. You have warm winters. Your winters are like 20 odd degrees. You've been growing all year. Can you not send some of that this way so we can have less rain and, stuff like that? Can we not share your summer as well? Terrible. It is funny because once you get to October, November, it just gets so wet and miserable in the UK. We're pretty much wet and miserable in the summer most of the time, but it's just, I don't know, it just becomes grey and dull. And yeah, it's nice and pretty with the leaves turning yellow and this, that and the other, but some mornings when you peek out of the door and you've got to go and feed the chickens and it's damp and raining, you just look at it and go, really? Do I have to? Ugh. And then you go on Instagram and see people in Australia in shorts and t-shirts planting stuff for spring, and I'm like, no, I want it to be spring again. So yeah, anyway, that's enough rabbiting on from me. I'm gonna go, so take care, folks. I hope you had a good October. I hope you had a good bonfire night, and enjoy the next couple of weeks till next time. So take care, folks. Till next time, speak soon.